Munson with Munson Music. I'm going to talk about how you play a song called I Bet My Life by Imagine Dragons. And we end up cabling this on first fret to kind of match the recording. We'll walk through a couple things in root position. And we start off with kind of our main intro progression on an A minor chord. I normally do this first finger on the B first fret, second finger on the D second fret, and third finger on the G second fret. And if you strum all those together, the sad sounds of A minor. Now around A minors in general though, you may dig on lifting the first finger, and then A sus 2, or you could add in the pinky on the B third for an A suspended chord, and kind of say some stuff around that chord. Or you may dig on lifting off the third finger, and an A minor 7, kind of jazzing it up. Or you could add in the pinky on the high E third for an A minor 7. Or you may even dig on an A7 sus by doing first finger on the D second, second finger on the G second, third finger on the B third, pinky on the high E third, kind of working that with the A minor. And you'll hear this cool little lick actually around the A minor, where you can play the open A and then first fret on the B string and kind of alternate. And you may want to try that with just the pick, or you could kind of use your pick for the bass and a finger for the B string, and kind of work it as like a hybrid picking kind of an idea. And then from the A minor, we'd be going to a G major. Normally you do this first finger on the A second, second finger on the low E third, third finger on the high E third. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a G major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. Now you may also dig on putting the third finger on the B third, pinky on the high E third. Kind of working that a slightly more powerful G. And you'll basically hear this cool little lick later on around the G, where you can do the low E on the third, and then the open B string. So you kind of have the A minor idea, especially when we hit our verse, and then our G idea, kind of free and open. And then from there we'd be going to a C major chord. I normally do this first finger on the B first fret, second finger on the D second, third finger on the A third, and if you strum the A string to the high E string, the beautiful sounds of C major. Now you may also dig on lifting off the first finger and making that a C major 7, or you could add in the pinky on the B third for a C major 9, kind of say some stuff around the C major chord. Or another way to play C major 9, we'll be doing first finger on the D second, second finger on the A third, third finger on the B third, pinky on the high E third, kind of working that for your C major. And that way you could kind of work the A7 sus to the G major to the C major 9 and not actually have to move 3 and 4. And on the C chord you'll hear this cool little lick where you can do third fret on the A and then open E. So you'd have kind of the A minor idea, G idea, C with the A string to the high E string, kind of digging that. And then from there we'll be going to an F major chord. And normally you do this as the first fret bar, second finger on the G second fret, third finger on the A third, pinky on the D third. And we'll talk about some easy options here too. But if you strum all those together, the beautiful sounds of F major. Now if you're just starting out though, a good substitute for that chord can be F major 7. Where you can do first finger on the B first fret, second finger on the G second fret, and third finger on the D third fret. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, the groovy sounds of F major 7. Now, especially if you're digging on that other C major non-voicing note, you may want to dig on an F major 13 by doing first finger on the G second, second finger on the D third, third finger on the B third, and the pinky on the high E third. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, C F major 13, and that way you could kind of work the A7 sus to the G major with 4 fingers, the C major 9, to the F major 13, and not actually have to move 3 and 4, so that might make it a little easier. But you will hear this cool lick, especially on the verse, where we go first fret on the low E string to second fret on the G string, kind of implies the F, kind of working low E first to G string second. So you could follow just the licks too if you wanted to kind of use that as an intro idea. It kind of turns into the verse idea, but kind of that A minor idea, G idea, C idea, F idea, A minor, G, C, F. Might be a cool way to kind of follow that idea too. Or you could just strum through that a couple different ways actually, depending on your level. Actually, it might depend. But you may want to just try just a down count just to get used to that chord progression. Just kind of an A minor 2, 3, 4, G 2, 3, 4, C 2, 3, 4, F 2, 3, 4, A minor 2, 3, 4, G 2, 3, 4, C. If I'm adding a little bit of right hand muting, actually on the actual intro, actually you might want to just go big downs. Actually, you'll kind of hear that cool little humming kind of an idea at the very beginning. You may want to just work downs just to kind of back that up at the very beginning. Or you can use a strum pattern. And one of my favorite strum patterns for a 4/4 like this is down, down, up, down, up. So we took the A minor and just tried that a lot. You'd have down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Now the weird part is the chords almost feel like they half, so you may want to do just the down, down, up on the chords. A minor, down, G, down, up, C, down, up, F, down, up, A minor, down, up, G, down, up, C, down, up, F, down, up. Or if you're a little bit more adventurous, you could kind of work the down, down, up on the A minor, and then go to the G for the up, down, up, and then the C with the down, down, up, and the F with the up, down, up. So the A minor, down, up, G, up, down, up, C, down, up, F, up, down, up, A minor, down, up, G, up, down, up, C, down, up, F, up, down, up. Or sometimes I get excited, and so I'll do the A minor with the down, down, and then hit the G with the up, up, down, up. C with the down, down, and then F with the up, up, down, up. So you have A minor, down, down, G on the up, down, C, down, down, F on the up, down, A minor, down, down, G, up, down, C, down, down, F on the up, down, up. Or, for myself, and actually this can be really, really challenging, but definitely a feel you'll hear through the tune, is something called a 16th note strum pattern. And what I mean by that is if you're tapping your foot to the beat, right now we're dividing that beat into two parts with our down, down, up, down, up. 1, 2, 1, 2, and that's called an 8th note. What a 16th note is where you divide that into 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And one of my favorite 16th note strum patterns is a long down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, up. And what I mean by that is if you take the A minor and do it down for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what you'd be doing on the first beat. Then on the second beat, you do a down on 1, down on 3, up on 4. So you'd be going 1, 2, 3, 4, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down. And then on the third beat, you do a up on 2, down on 3. So you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 up, down, 1 up, down, 1 up, down. And then on the last beat, you'd be going down, up, right along with the 1, 2, 3, 4. So down, 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 down. So all together, you got down, 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 down. And if that feels kind of new to you, you could take just half that pattern, just the down, 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 up, and try that on all the chords. So A minor, down, 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 C, down, down, F, down, down, A minor, down, down, G, down, down, C, down, down, F, down, down. Or if you're a little bit more adventurous, you could do the A minor with the down, 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 up, and then go to the G for the up, down, down, up, down, up, and C with the down, 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 up, and then go to the F for the up, down, down, up, down. So you have A minor, down, down, G, up, down, down, up, down, C, down, down, up, F, up, down, down, up, down, up, A minor, down, down, up, G, up, down, 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 C, down, down, up, F, up, down, down, down. Now to match the tune, that would have to go really, really fast. That's really kind of an advanced kind of an idea. But if you're covering out by yourself, actually, a lot of times you don't have to match the tempo of the recording. So you can take the tempo a little bit down from that, and that can be a little bit cooler to kind of work that strum pattern. And then from there, we'll be going into our verse part. And our verse is kind of a little variation of the intro, actually. We kind of start off with our A minor idea, G idea, C idea, F idea, and then go back to A minor, and then our G, and then we kind of stay on our C chord, and you'll hear this cool little lick around that. We kind of start off the same way we were doing our C idea, kind of the third fret on the A, open E, but then you may want to go to the A string third to first fret on the B, and then A string third to the open G string. It's kind of like a little variation of that. So you have A minor, G, C, F, A minor, G, and then we stay on C. Arpeggio. Or you could use any of those strumming options, actually, kind of the down count idea, A minor, G, C, F, A minor, G, C, the 16th. A minor, G, C, F, A minor, G. Kind of on the C. Or you could split that kind of A minor, G, C, F, A minor, G. And at the very end, we do that 4 times. You'll hit this big stop on a C chord, and then you'll kind of hear the A string on the 3rd fret. It's kind of like a little punctuation kind of come in at the very end of the verse. And then from there, we'll be going into our chorus part. And our chorus is a little weird, actually, just timing-wise. You'd start off with the C with kind of a 4 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, but then we go to F for 2, and then back to C for 2. So you got C, 2, 3, 4, F2, C2, C2, 3, 4, F2, C2, C2, 3, 4, F2, C2, and then we go to a G for our whole 8. So that's a little weird timing wise. C, F, C, C, F, C, C, F, C, G. Or you could try the down, down, up, down, up. And this can be a little weird. You may want to do C with a down, down, up, F with a down, and then C with a down. So that's C, F, C, I. C, down, up, F, C, C, down, up, F, C, C, down, up, F, C, G, down, up, down, up. Or if you're digging on the 16th, you could do the C with a down, 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 up. And then you can do an F with a down, down, up. And then the C with a down, down, up. And kind of repeat that. C, down, down, up, F, down, up, C, down, up, C, down, down, up, F, down, up, C, down, up, C, down, down, up, F, down, up, C, down. And we have our G with our whole pattern. G, F, C, C, F, C, C, F, C, G. From there, then we'd be repeating our verse and repeating our chorus until we get to our bridge part. And on our bridge, actually, you hear these other cool licks kind of come in, and we could go into a D minor chord, actually, around those licks. And normally you do this first finger on the high E 1st fret, second finger on the G 2nd fret, third finger on the B 3rd fret. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, oh, the sad sounds of D minor. Now you may also dig on lifting off the 1st finger, you can add a D sus2, or you could add in the pinky on the high E 3rd for D suspended, kind of say some stuff around D minor. And we end up doing our D minor for kind of an 8 count, and then we go to a G for an 8 count, and then we go to an A minor chord for 4, and then you'll kind of hear this change in the bass to the A string 2nd fret bass note, and you may want to use the G chord for that. And a lot of times if you use the A string as the lowest note on a G chord, that's a B note, we call it a G/B, or a G major with a B in the bass. So we're kind of halving an A minor and then a G, and then go into a C chord with our whole count. So D minor, G, A minor, G, C. We do that twice, and then the last time there's this little variation. We have D minor, G, A minor, G/B, C, D minor, and then our whole pattern on D minor, and then a big G chord, kind of at the very end. And you'll hear these cool little licks actually through that part where you can play the open D, and you may want to try this whole part actually with muting, kind of taking the flat of the right hand, laying it down on top of the saddle to get a little muted quality out of the strings. But you have the open D, and then B string 5 to 3, and then we do that again, open D, 5, 3. It's kind of the D minor idea. And then we go to our G, so you may want to play the low E 3rd fret, and then the 5/3 idea. And then we do that open A, same idea 1 time, second on the A, same idea, 3rd fret on the A, and then 5/3, and then there's this cool little lick that comes in where you play 3 to 5 on the B string as a hammer-on pull-off. So you may want to kind of play the 3. I'm using the pinky for this. I know that could be kind of tricky. You may want to try just the top part too. Actually, you could do it 1 and 3, and then do a slide back to a 1st fret. So that's wild. It's all on one pick, y'all. That's crazy. So 3 and 3, hammer on to 5, pull off to 3, slide back to 1, and then an open B. It's kind of that last little lick. So 3, 5, 3, 3, 5. 3, 1, open, 5, 3, open, 5, 3, G, 3, 5, 3, open, 5, 3, 2, 5, 3, 3, 5, 3, 3, 5, 3, 1, oh. It's kind of that idea. And you might have to adjust that last time actually into the C idea and then go right into that D idea and then kind of the G at the very, very end. So you may want to play around with that actually, kind of working through that. But those might be some cool licks to kind of bring out. And then basically we'll be going back into our chorus for our outro. Now the weird part is, to play along with Imagine Dragons, instead of starting on an A minor chord, they're starting on a B flat minor chord. So to play along with the recording, what you want to do is take a capo, and if you put the capo on first fret, then now your A minor is really a B flat minor, and your G is really an A flat major, and your C is really a D flat major, and your F is really a G flat major, and your D minor is really an E flat minor. But to take it from the very beginning, actually, you may want to try just those big downs for the intro. A minor, G, C, F, A minor, G, C, and randomly on that C, you may want to pick up the licks, actually, we're talking about. Kind of working just that last C and F lick to lead into our verse part. And you could do that any of those ways we've been talking about. You may want to just try the licks, actually, kind of the A minor, G, C, F, A minor, G, C. Or you can try the strumming, A minor, G, C, F, A minor, G, C. Or we may dig on the 16th idea, A minor, G, C, any of those ways to actually kind of the down count. C, F, C, C, F, C, C, F, C, G, or me do the down, down, up, down, up, C, F, C, C, down, up, F, C, C, down, up, F, C, G, or me dig on the 16th. Idea. Now, one other thing I'd think about adding to the song though is bass notes. And a lot of times on that first down of the down, down, up, down, up, you can throw a bass note in for the chord. So on the A minor, you'd have the A for the bass. On the G, you'd have low E for the bass. Unless you're trying to bring out the G/B, and then you have the A for the bass. And on the C, you'd have the A for the bass. On the F bar, you'd have low E for the bass. On the F major 7, you have D for the bass. And on the D minor, you'd have the D for the bass. That next verse with kind of a bass down up. This is kind of weird. You could do the bass down up on every chord, kind of split them. Or you may want to work on kind of the A minor with the bass down and then hit the G for the up, down. So kind of throwing in basses with the splitting idea. A minor, G, C, F, A minor, G, C. To that, and you could work off a bass down, down, up, down, down, up, down, or a bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, or a bass, down, down, up, a bass, down, up, down. And all be cool little variations. So you could even work it as just a bass down, down, up on each of those halving chords. A minor, G, C, F, A minor, G, C. You can do the A minor with the bass, down, down, up, and then go to the G for the up, bass, down, up, down, up. And C with the bass, down, down, up. F with the up, bass, down, up, down. And the A minor with the bass, down, down, up. on that, kind of working that 16th. Like I said, that's really, really fast for the recording, but definitely something to practice. And then we go into our next chorus. Now on the chorus, you could kind of work that bass down, up, and have C with the bass, down, up, F, C, C bass, down, up, F, C, C bass, down, up, F, C, G bass, down, up, down, up, kind of working it that way. Or you could work the 16th pattern. This could be really cool with basses. You could do the C with the bass, down, down, up, and then F with the bass, down, up, C with the bass, down, up. The heart of your chord progression. C, down, down, F, C, C, down, down, F, C, C, down, down, F, C, G, C, F, C, F, C, G. From there, then we go into our bridge part. So you could work just the lick idea, actually, kind of that D minor idea, G idea, A minor, G/B, C, a D minor, G, A minor, G/B, C, D minor, G, A minor, G/B, C, D, D minor, G, kind of working the licks. Or you could try the bass down, up, and have the D minor with the D bass, G with the bass, A minor, G/B, C, D minor, G, A minor, G/B, C. D minor, G, A minor, G/B, C, D minor, and a big G. Or if you're working the 16th idea, you have the D minor, G, A minor, G/B, C, D minor, randomly you will hear these cool little background licks that are more akin to arpeggios and fingerstyle ideas. So if you wanted to, if you're interested in that, your thumb kind of becomes your bass player for the E and the A and the D string. And you could kind of take your index finger and line it up on the G string. Middle finger's job is going to be to play the B string, and the ring finger's job is going to be to play the E string. And one really easy arpeggio, or kind of broken fingerstyle idea, would be doing thumb, index, middle, ring, just straight through, thumb, index, middle, ring. And I'm thinking bass note, and then G, B, E is kind of the strings. So you could do the D minor that way. And we kind of do it twice for our regular chords, and then the ones that we were halving, we'll do the pattern one time. So this is a little weird. So D minor twice, G twice, and then A minor, G/B, C. And you kind of hear that idea in the background of something very similar. D minor, G, A minor, G/B, C, D minor, G, A minor, G/B, C, D minor, and then another D minor, and then a big G, and you could even just try and kind of do all the fingers together. Kind of make a little roll out of that, thumb, index, middle ring, kind of an idea. So you may want to experiment with that if you're kind of digging on that. It might be kind of cool to break it down in that feel. Randomly, I know for myself actually, a lot of times if I'm gonna switch between a fingerstyle idea and a strumming idea, I'll actually normally just start with the fingers, forget about the pick completely, and then just use the index finger randomly to do my strumming. So you may want to experiment with that actually, because from there we go into our chorus, and you can do that any of those ways we were talking about. And you might want to, if you're interested in that, you don't want to get your nail caught and ripped off and you know, it's Munson's fault. So proceed at your own risk. But I kind of like taking the index finger and kind of working strumming ideas. Joan Baez's idea, I guess. You know, just the index strum could be kind of a cool thing. So you can do all those same rhythm ideas with just a finger. Actually, that's kind of the idea here. See? You can even work it with the basses. My index nail. I know all the pick manufacturers in the world are going, no, don't tell them not to buy a pick. But that might be something you want to experiment with. For myself, actually, I do a lot of that, where I'll switch between fingerstyle ideas and strumming ideas, and I'll just strum with my index. So you want to experiment with that. You might actually kind of dig on that. And then you might want to play a big C chord at the very end, make people clap. But that's the basics of how you can strum through I Bet My Life by Imagine Dragons. So good luck! Hi, wherever you are in YouTube land. This is Munson Summer with Munson Music Live, Munson Guitar Songs, Munson Covers, and Munson Jam Tracks. Thanking you for watching this video, and I hope you got something out of this video. I hope you like this video and subscribe to the channel to see lots more like it. I'm always open to your requests. If you have a song that you love, please let me know so I can write it down on the request list so I can add that to it, because there are probably other people out there who love that song too and would love to learn how to play it. So thanks so much for all the love that you give me, and I hope that you're doing well and kind of figuring out how you can talk with the instrument. We are a small music shop in the middle of nowhere in South Carolina, and you're supporting us by watching this channel. Really appreciate all that love. So best of luck, and let me know if there's anything that I can do to help you in particular too. You can contact me on Facebook. You can leave a message here in the comments section, and I respond to all the comments that I get. So best of luck to you wherever you are.